Hi there. Hello. Today I'm going to make a barbecue sauce from scratch. Mostly kind of old school way. I went online, I looked at a few recipes, but this is pretty much how I remember from when I was growing up. So I'm going to actually caramelize some onions. I've got about an onion and a half, and I'm going to caramelize it in the old corn oil. So I have the corn oil heating on the stove. And now we'll chop up some onions. And we'll deal with these scraps later. Some of you know how I deal with those scraps. And some of you know that I scrupulously wash my food like a raccoon. Once I was watching a chef show with a French chef, and there's a style of cooking that's French that I can't remember the name of, but it showed the person just blithely chopping up all the ingredients, tomatoes, onions, carrots, and they were actually like, they were throwing in all these little hard bits, like they would throw in the tomato cores and all that. It's like, nah, my tastes are too refined for that. When I say caramelize, that means I cut this batch in fairly big chunks. I'm going to break it up, put it in the pan, and it is going to sit there and cook on a kind of lowish heat for about an hour, and it will turn the onions. It does this chemical thing, and it makes everything sweet, sweetens it up, and they get brown and sweet. So while the onions are caramelizing, I'm going to start on the sauce. There are all kinds of variations. I like mine on the sweeter side. So I'm starting with plain old ketchup and a fair amount. Barbecue sauce is basically nothing more than flavored ketchup when you get down to it. And that was almost a full bottle. This is a 32-ounce bottle, and I'm going to rinse this out with water and put that in here. As I say, I like mine sweet, so this is molasses. There's going to be a lot in there. That's at least a half a cup, and I might have put more, except that I'm also going to, excuse me, I'm also going to put in some garlic cloves that have been soaking in honey. This is fermented garlic cloves. Garlic cloves chopped up and put in honey, and it makes this wonderful, very thin syrup. It'll separate out from the juice of the garlic, mixes with the honey, and I'm actually going to pour the nice thin down honey from the top into a separate cup, because I can just drink this practically by the cupful. It is just delicious. I don't quite know how to describe the flavor of garlic and honey. Oops, a couple of cloves went in. Okay. Now the cloves that are left, I'm going to put some of those in the sauce. Okay, actually, I'm going to pour that back in there. Rinse the cup. I need to mix this up and get some idea of how sweet I am right now with this.